is familiar to most of us, I'm sure, as the host of Sportsnet Soccer Central, a fixture on a Saturday morning of everyone, especially Ron Edwards. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gerry Dobson.
Of course, you all know that the Robbie was designed to do two things. Number one, of course, to promote the beautiful game. Since 1967, thousands of young kids have had the opportunity to participate in this great tournament from across Canada, across most of the United States, and I think as many as more than 30 international countries as well over the course of the last 46 years. This is edition number 47 of the Robbie Soccer Tournament. It truly is an international event, and some great players have come out of the Robbie and gone on to be champions. Wayne Rosario, Julian de Guzman, all came through the Robbie. They were Robbie champions, in fact, and of course they've become champions as professional footballers as well. And on the female side, same thing can be said. Diana Matheson, Candace Chapman, and Janelle Foligno, as you all recognize familiar names with Canada's national women's team, they're all Robbie champions as well. The second objective, and perhaps even more importantly for this tournament, which is the largest annual charity soccer tournament in North America, the second objective, of course, is to demonstrate that in our own way, all of us can help make a difference in the lives of others, even those people who we don't know. And the Robbie has done that over the course of the last 46 years with their charitable donations in support of Cystic Fibrosis Canada. Tremendous advances have been made in the understanding of this genetic disease of the pancreas that affects the lungs and digestion as well. But through research, treatment, and education, those living with CF have a much longer lifespan than they had years ago. In fact, when the Robbie started 47 years ago, the lifespan, most people of cystic fibrosis, suffering through cystic fibrosis, did not live past childhood. Well, now, with the Robbie, 40-some years later, people are living into their 40s. So there's a great symmetry between the growth of the lifespan of somebody who suffers through cystic fibrosis and the growth of the Robbie soccer tournament as well. It's fantastic what's happened with research and treatment for cystic fibrosis over the years. To promote soccer and expand the tournament, the Robbie has reached out to clubs outside of Scarborough to host divisions. For years, Henry Nelson of Ajax United has hosted a division in Ajax, and the Robbie is pleased to welcome on board this year the Pickering Soccer Club, thanks to Pickering President Phil Frampton and his board for getting involved that way. And finally, new this year are the girls and boys under 17 showcase divisions, featuring some of the strongest teams in Ontario. The showcase is one of only 5 such events sanctioned by the Ontario Soccer Association. Players will be seen by coaches from many universities and colleges in both Canada and the United States. And the Robbie would like to thank Bert Lowell. Bert, where are you right now? I saw you earlier. Where's Bert? Bert, we'd like to thank Bert Lowell. Where would we be without the referees? Over 400 games will be played this weekend. And again, Ron Edwards will be doing one of them. In combination with the mini festival last weekend, a remarkable 538 games will have been played, requiring over 1,000 game official assignments. And there is perhaps, and here's the most remarkable thing about all of this, all those games officials are volunteers. They volunteer their times. None are paid to take all the grief that they will surely take from players and parents and coaches. They don't get a single dime. Over the 47 years of the Robbie Soccer International Tournament, the referees have volunteered for every match ever played. Please show our appreciation right now. The Robbie Director of Referees, Les Long. Les, where are you? Les Long. And hundreds of games will be on the field this weekend. Other people we need to acknowledge, and that is the members of the Robbie Committee who are here today, making sure that they are the glue, really, that holds this tournament together. Can you imagine what it's going to be like when all of these teams register in this hotel later today? Over 200 teams, 230 teams registering, and all the games that have to be played, all the fields, all the coordination, all the planning that goes into this, and then the execution. So time now to recognize the committee members. I'll name them all, and then when you're here, you're all here, I'm assuming most of you are here, you can stand and hold your applause till the end. Sue Prohaska, Mike Burke, Lori Fletcher, Julia Prohaska, Jackie Prohaska, Vincie Angelone, Leslie Wong, Leslie McCarthy, John Seeley, Don Fletcher, Bob Prowse, Andrew Guswell, and Chair Mike Ellis. Everybody stand up and make your hands in the air. really distinguishes the Robbie is the commitment of all the volunteers over 47 years in support of charity, and of course specifically cystic fibrosis. Finding a cure for cystic fibrosis is a constant motivator and a reason why people return year after year and why new people volunteer for the Robbie. At this point, I would like to ask the events coordinator, the Toronto chapter of Cystic Fibrosis Canada, to introduce our special guest speaker. Please, Andrew Gutwell.
All right, I had the great pleasure of introducing Pat Taylor. So a bit of background on Pat. She joined the chapter in the spring of 1968 when her 2 children were diagnosed with cystic fibrosis. She wanted to do everything in her power to be part of the cure. She made a lifelong commitment to do whatever she could to help in the fight against cystic fibrosis. And even after the loss of her children in their mid-30s, her commitment has not wavered. Pat is fiercely dedicated to the mission of our organization, and we think her commitment speaks for itself through her almost 50 years of volunteering with us. Pat's involvement with the chapter is endless. Aside from helping out at the office at least once a week, she's been involved in the execution of every Toronto chapter event, from anywhere 5 to 10 per year. Pat's contributions have not gone unnoticed. She's won almost every volunteer award offered from Cystic Fibrosis Canada. She's gone so far as to be presented the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Award in 2012 for her service.
It is my great pleasure to represent the Toronto District Chapter of Cystic Fibrosis Canada here today at the Robbie kickoff. Andrew's words of introduction are most flattering, especially when I've had such great times in my association with the cystic fibrosis community, and that includes coming to the Robbie. As Andrew said, I had 2 children with cystic fibrosis. Kevin was born in June of 1964 and Andrew in December of 1966. They were born with CF, but we didn't know that until the spring of '68. That wouldn't happen today. All newborns in Canada, except in Quebec and Newfoundland and Labrador, and the CF community is working on these provincial governments, all babies are tested for CF. They're tested for other conditions as well, but it's all done on one sample of blood. In 2010, an average of 2 children a week across Canada were diagnosed through this new program. Experience has shown that the sooner the diagnosis of CF is made and the sooner treatment is started, the better the outcome, the longer they are likely to survive. In 1968, we were told that Kevin and Andrea might not live long enough to start kindergarten. We were most fortunate. They lived relatively normal lives until their mid-30s, when they succumbed to the complications of CF. Now, nearly 60% of all people with CF are adults. When a group met to plan a soccer tournament way back in, I think, somewhere around 1966, they heard a sound coming from upstairs. That was Mrs. Wins clapping her son Robbie's chest to help loosen the mucus, and the Robbie was born. On behalf of the CF community, I would like to thank the Robbie Committee for their year-long commitment to this tournament, to the officials who donate their services, and to the others who volunteer on this long Canada Day weekend. Soon, CF will mean cure found.
Hello, I'm Mike Ellis. I'm the chair of the 47th Robbie International Soccer Tournament. The history of the Robbie is really quite remarkable. Robbie, the name, is actually named after Robbie Wims, the son of one of the founders of the tournament. And quickly, the men wanted to promote soccer also decided that the tournament should have a charitable basis and a name. They got together at the home of one of the men, and during the course of the evening discovered that that man's young son, Robbie Wims, was born with a genetic disorder, cystic fibrosis. And during the course of that evening, they found their name, the Robbie, and their charity, Cystic Fibrosis. And this tournament has been supporting cystic fibrosis ever since. This year's donation of $70,000 brings the total contributions over the 47 years to almost $1.7 million. And we are thrilled so much to be able to contribute to the eradication and cure for cystic fibrosis.
And right now joining us is the youngest man here at the Robbie Tournament, a guy that's reffed the first game in history at the Robbie Tournament, young man Ron Edwards, 81 years of age. Thank you for doing all this from all the teams that you have refereed. What brings you out year after year?
The Robbie is very, very special to me because I knew Robbie. He was a young boy, 14 years of age, and he got this terrible disease, couldn't play anymore, and I knew his father, and they did this tournament, and have done it ever since.
Ron, what I love about this is that no referees get paid a single dime,
No, haven't been paid.
and they keep getting all the abuse. And even though we know they don't deserve the abuse a lot of times, they don't get paid a dime. This is great.
I've done over 600 games in the Robbie.
That's amazing. What teams and what countries?
Been a referee for 55 years. And every single game I've refereed, I have recorded in a logbook.
Amazing stuff. Let me ask you this, Ron. Was there a game or two that you'll never forget refereeing in the Robbie? Was it a final? Was it maybe bad weather?
Oh yeah, no, final down at Birchmount Stadium, St Andrews Soccer Club against Ellis, under 18. That was a very, very excellent game, and the score was 0-0. We went into extra time, and in the extra time, one of the players got the ball and he shot it down to the goal, and it went right through the goalkeeper's legs and crossed over the line for the winning goal. And that was, never forget it. That was way, way back.
Ron Edwards, thank you again for all the games you've reffed.
Do you have a copy?
I did. Thank you
Oh,
for
you have?
all the games you reffed, volunteering. And again, you look great for your age, 81 years young, and you're still out there. You're going to be refereeing an under 13 girls game. Congratulations and enjoy the tournament, Ron.
Yes, I'm only just doing the one game now, just the one.
One is plenty and more enough. Thank you.
I'll be round the soccer fields watching. The referees, of course.
Ron Edwards, referee of the Robbie Tournament. Again, thank you for all your time. And right now, joining me is head coach from Trinidad and Tobago, Anthony Wingham. Anthony, welcome to Canada. Welcome to the Robbie Tournament. But I understand this isn't the first time you've come here. Tell us what brings you back year after year.
Well, basically, we have a bunch of youth back home, and we try to give them an opportunity to see, different, cultures and so forth, and, just to visit the place, really.
How about the competition?
Well, the competition is great. The first year we was here, we actually made the semi-finals, and, the next 2 years we wasn't so fortunate, but, we keep coming because the competition is good, it's healthy, and, we meet new people, and, basically that's about it.
And right now, all the way from Barbados here to the Robbie Tournament. Welcome to Canada, Coach Rudy Pindon. What brings you here to the Robbie Tournament? All the way from Barbados, a beautiful country.
A new environment, exposure for the kids, and the worldwide cause. Supporting the great cause.
How did you hear about this tournament, the Robbie Tournament?
Well, we've been hearing for a while, over internet, friends. We had to see what it's all about.
Ma'am, your name?
I'm Lisa.
Lisa, obviously the competition is what brings you here, but I'm pretty sure also the culture and learning more stuff for your young men here. Talk about that and what you're going to do when you have some free time as well.
Well, as soon as the tournament is over, we plan to expose our guys to what Toronto is all about. We want to make sure that they have a very impactful and, a good time, so that when they go back, they can tell their friends, and hopefully next year we'll be back and we'll be doing much of what we're doing right now.
How many people have made the trip? A lot of parents?
We actually are a group of 25. Yeah, and we have some parents along as well. So we're looking forward to a great tournament, very competitive, and a great time in Toronto.
Well, enjoy your time here, Coach. Good luck to you. Who did you bring here? There's a couple other gentlemen and another coach. Give me their names as well.
Mr. Guston Jacobs, head coach.
Head coach, okay.
Team captain, Ishmael Butte. Vice captain, Theo Brown.
What do you feed these guys back home? They grow like, trees. Good luck to you, your team, and welcome to Canada once again, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Very much, guys. Appreciate it.